everyone, join me as I tell you tales of Nyami Nyami, the sapient fish. Join me right after this. Welcome back. Now let's go straight into the tales of Nyami Nyami. The tales of ancient gods and guardian angels are told vividly in the Zambia region. It is here where you hear whispers of a great sapient fish that is said to have the body of a snake and torso of a fish. While as foreigners who say this creature is born of the imaginations of the locals, the Tonga-speaking people will point to a lot of signs to justify its existence. Now let's take a journey back to 1955, when a decision to dam the mighty Zambezi River and erect a dam wall was put forward. The Kariba Dam, or as it was to be called, was about to create the largest man-made lake in terms of volume and not surface area in the world. The power stations that would be subsequently built would generate 700 megawatts of electricity, enough to cover over 90% of the country's demand for power. Although this decision was largely seen to benefit everyone, it was not welcomed by everybody affected. Arguably, the Tonga people were the worst affected, as they were forced to make move from their homes that they had known for so many centuries, and they had to be displaced to the higher and safer ground. Initially, most of the builders and the project managers laughed off the advice, but the impending approval of the deceased king would be expected to bury their loved ones. The Europeans agreed. A sacrifice of a white calf was made as instructed by tradition. Coming to the next morning, the foreigners were also struck with shock when the calf had disappeared and the bodies were left in its place. To this day, those events are surrounded in mystery. During the next rainy season, the region saw even worse floods than those of the previous year. The Tonga people, as was to be expected, believed that Nyami Nyami had struck again. This time, the floods swept away all the Italian builders. Their bodies were later discovered in the partially wet cement of the dam hole. It was at this point that arguably the bravest and most controversial decision was made. After making his calculations, the chief project engineer decided that it would be more structurally sound to leave the bodies plastered on the wall than to make any attempts to remove them. And still to this day, their bodies are part of the dam wall. It took 5 years for the dam to be constructed because proper rituals had to be performed to ask for permission from Nyami Nyami to construct the dam. Cows were sacrificed and sacks of loads of money were thrown into the river to appease Nyami Nyami. This caused some floods and loss of life, but at least he was kind enough to let the dam wall be completed. It was the work of the Tonga elders as their spirit mediums to pursue the Nyami Nyami to allow the Zambezi to be tamed. Some members of the Tonga tribe believe that Nyami Nyami was separated from his wife during the dam wall constructions. And they say he grows angrier with every passing year, and it is just a matter of time before he unleashes his devastating power again so that he can be reunited with his love. Now let's watch some video clips from people as they talk and share their experience and their beliefs about Nyami Nyami.
Nyami Nyami was very, very strong. had very, very strong mysterious powers, bigger functional powers than the smaller gods.
Nyami Nyami was annoyed in a way, hence make that those floods so that the people could perish.
There was a conflict. 9 people were killed as a result of that resistance that took place.
Really existed in that river, and it helped them in terms of food. They would get parts of it, and that's why it is actually called Nyami Nyami. It's Nyama Nyama, to pieces of meat. So you would go there when they say, oh, there is it has exposed itself, go and get Nyama. Then they would rush there and cut pieces of it, and then after, when it was satisfied that people had gotten enough, it would disappear.
Nyami Nyami tended to have bigger functional powers than the smaller gods. Very, very respected, had very, very strong mysterious powers.
Well, when we were growing up, really, Nyami Nyami was known to be somebody mythical, you know, somebody who was neither a human being nor an ordinary creature. It was a combination of a fish here or some kind of a snake, or partly, you know, with features of a human being or something like that. First of all, nobody really knew exactly what the face of Nyami Nyami looked like.
Oyo muntu Nyami Nyami gatijiri ku Zambezi wagali kusiga ali kabenga wagali kuzwa kuhaji inaide kuhule kwake kutukumana maningi pena wenga pabete bobo menda alalaunda menda ulonda kusowa tukumana maningi.
A nation without culture is a dead nation. We all trace our origins from different cultural backgrounds. So as a clan, we assumed we had a traditional god, Nyami Nyami, because Nyami Nyami was very, very strong. We used to go there, pray for rains, and after praying, you would actually see a small cloud and rains would come. We used to go there to ask for peace, no diseases, for life, for protection. It was difficult for you to see Nyami Nyami. If you are lucky, you see it come, you will never see the face, you only see the part of the shoulder here, and it goes there, just like the hippo behaves in water.
You know, ngumuntu ngagali betete Nyami Nyami tagali kuboneka kumutwepe ujibuno tali kuboneka wali kuboneka byo ntunda kukule kunyampuka maningi buli bwakali kuyotela bajihubweka indi.
However, from time to time, there have been several sighting claims of the famous Nyami Nyami inside the waters of the Zambezi River.
There was that time where when they said, no, we have seen Nyami Nyami, what have you? People from around here flocked to the dam wall to come and see the popular Nyami Nyami. So we also came here. It was one of the biggest crocodiles. It was just outside the water, very, very big, and it stayed there for 1 week without going into water. That was in 1972. So people thought that was the Nyami Nyami. I think that was not Nyami Nyami.
I like the story which is behind it. When we moved here, my wife says, oh, there's a crocodile on the lake. And I looked, and it was snake-like movements, very fast and very big. For some time it ran, and then it stopped. I watched it a few times, and it was too big for a crocodile. So it looked like it would have been a big serpent. I found out what it was actually. It was a whirlwind.
Join me on part 2 as we conclude the stories and myths of Nyami Nyami. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that when I upload part 2, you'll be the first to watch it. And thank you so much for watching.
no, no, I get up, no, 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 I get up, no, no, can't deny it, no, no, I get up, no, 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 I get up.